Okay guys, it's Sunday the 19th of June, so let's have a look at the Ftse. First thing is I have a cold, so hopefully you can all understand what I'm saying. Last week really, the weakness came into this market that we were looking for. Went over the head and shoulders pattern, multiple times over the last sort of few weeks, month, and the sell came very strongly. The market has came through this sort of 6,000, 6,020 level that we were looking at. On the daily time frame, it's not accepted down there yet. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, so what you can see is the markets came all the way down. It's traded below here. It's created a double bottom and then it's pushed back up again. So what I'm really looking for next week, we came up into the 38.2% retrace, and we've also got the 50% retrace here, and even the 61, to be honest. Really, it's these two levels which are key for me to be watching for reversals. This is where I'm going to be looking for price action. If we can retrace into here, I'll be looking to get shorts into the market mostly. That's going to be the main thing I'm going to be watching next week. If the market pushes up, we've no idea what's going to happen yet. Need to wait until Monday and see. Now, having said that, the EU referendum is next week. This market, there's no way to tell how this market's going to react next week. It's a once in a generation thing that's coming up here. If the market starts going haywire, if I come in and we're seeing spikes of 50, 60 points on the 5-minute bars, which is very large moves for the Ftse, I'll just sit back and I won't trade. I'm not willing to risk my capital for the sake of a week's worth of trading. If I get into a trade and the market does say spike, massively, your stop becomes useless because of slippage, and you can end up losing, 20, 30, 40% of your account just through being impatient. Definitely on the Friday, especially if it's an outvote, I'm not going to touch this market, and I'm not even sure that we're going to see much movement at all next week. The Ftse may just flatten out until after this vote. We need to wait and see. But that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for the retracement up into all these levels here, then looking to get short. If the market does start to go really, really crazy, then in that event, I'm only going to look at the very, very strongest areas for bounces, basically. If the market starts plummeting, that's all I would be interested in. So all I can say to you guys is next week, be careful with your trading. What I'm going to do is watch the first sort of half an hour and hour's price action each day. If it's not typical Ftse, so if we're getting really, really large 5-minute bars, wild swings, lots of huge doji candles, things like that, I just won't trade. There's no point in risking your capital when the market is not behaving itself. Okay guys, so I hope you all have a good week next week. Let's see what the Ftse does, and I'll come back next week and go over it once again.